shuts every one of them down. That's a full team kill.
What is that?
Another! He's looking for a third. He's gonna get it, sir.
Against Kinger now in a 1v2. Once again, he finds one. He finds the second.
He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back to some more CRL action here. As my name is Jackson the Pride Brown, joined alongside John Billbang Zudima. We got some good matchups here today. It's gonna be your St. Clair Saints versus Valleyfield in a best of 5.
Should be some exciting CRL Jackson. Like that,
it's a good one. It's a good one.
So we have St. Clair against Valleyfield. St. Clair sitting at 9-2 right now. Valleyfield sitting at 4-7, so not exactly in playoff position, but I definitely think it's still going to be a good series. I think they have played against some of the better teams and actually had decent results. They haven't been able to win the series, but they have taken games off of those top teams. So I think St. Clair gonna have to be careful because you're getting to the point now in the season you only have 3 games after this. So every single one of these games counts, and every single one of these maps counts as well.
Yeah, everything counting here. So we actually do have a standings page that we actually can go take a peek at here on stream for you guys. And yeah, just as you can see here now on screen, updated as of just half hour ago. And it is going to be your St. Clair Saints, like you were saying, at 9-2, number 4 spot, up against Valleyfield today, who's currently 4-7. And I believe that is the number 11 spot down there. So Valleyfield up against the number 4 ranked team being your St. Clair Saints today. I think that we're going to have to lean towards St. Clair taking this one home.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they do have to be careful though, because they are in that top 5 situation where you want to try and get as many wins as you can, try and stack up that standing spot. You want to try and stay where you are. You don't want to have to play against those teams above you in the first round of playoffs. So they have to keep going, stay consistent here, and try and win out the rest of the season. And some of these teams that they're playing against, the only one they haven't played against above them is Northwood. They did lose UCF and Stockton, but they beat every other team below them. So definitely St. Clair able to put on a show against teams that are below them in the standings, but you have to be careful because we don't know what Noir has for us, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they can really pull out any little sneaky tricks. I haven't really broadcasted Valleyfield, at least I don't think, in my esports commentary career. So it's going to be interesting to see this roster for the first time and get our first little bit of a look at it. But if you're the Saints, what are you looking for St. Clair to do here in this game to make sure they can capitalize and take a victory?
Just play the way you always do. I think the fact that St. Clair is so consistently good across all their matches, especially against teams all lower than them, just shows how how good their chemistry is, how good the teamwork is. And looking forward, I think definitely just play your game, play to your strengths, and I think they're really going to be successful.
Yeah, I'd be thinking the same thing here as well. We should be hopping into game here in just a few minutes, as the Rocket League players like to get things nice and rolling fairly quickly here. So it is going to be exciting stuff in that regard. But this is a big match for St. Clair to try to get themselves in a top team spot going into playoffs. They're already really looking really good to make a playoff spot, and they might be actually close to clinching it. But with that being said, it is going to be your Saints who want to come in, get that top 3, top 4 spot, have really good seeding going into playoffs. Ooh, bless you. Sorry. Bless you. But it is going to be a top 3, top 4 spot is what you're really looking for going into playoffs to ensure that you have a little bit nicer of a bracket run.
Yeah, I think the fact that we look at, like I said, St. Clair, the only teams that they've lost to so far are Stockton and UCF, the 2 teams that are above them. So you want to try and avoid them in playoffs as much as possible until you have to play them, because you kind of want to build up your strength per se and get to that couple last playoff runs where you only have to beat them once in a series. And honestly, I think that St. Clair, if they have some prep time, I think they've had a lot more time to think about it. I think this series is going to be very important. I think their series against Northwood is also going to be very, very important, seeing and determining how they're going to place throughout playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting to see. And yeah, that Northwood game is going to really, it's when they play these top teams. And the times they've played these top teams, yes, sometimes it's been maybe a 3-0, but there's other times where it's, forcing a game 5, putting all the pressure on. And it's really just better to, have those games under your belt going into playoffs, knowing, hey, this is what we can do against these teams, and this is what we're looking to improve on. This is what we're going to have to work on. It's also nice to just have VOD against these teams. You know how they want to play against your play style. It will really help things moving forward. Because St. Clair, they love the aggressive play style, and I would love to see it here tonight. I think that is the biggest thing I am looking for from the Saints, is them to actually use this aggression, not play too slow. When they play too slow, they get kind of caught in a trap.
And I'm really interested to see what Valleyfield has. So it was when I was actually watching, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, they were on the main channel for Rocket League, and they were playing against the team. And it actually is, so the selection of players for the side of Valleyfield is actually they're in the, I don't know what it's called in Quebec, but it's between high school or between middle school and high school. They have this league, and apparently these 3 players for Valleyfield were all the superstars of that league of prerogative that they had. So it's very, very interesting here. Now we are 30 seconds into the game. A couple shots coming through. Jay with the shot on net here. Can he get it on net? Yes, he will. He's going to slide in the left post there. We'll be able to find the first goal of this game for St. Clair.
Yeah, Jay off to a nice start there, is looking to find the back of the net for the Saints. Just as you were saying, will drop this one down, and it is going to bounce into the net. So that is going to be St. Clair looking very, very solid. But we have a little bit of a mess up here on the scoreboard assistant, so the teams are wrong. We got to flip those over. The St. Clair will be on your right, and Valleyfield will be on your left. So we'll see how this one goes moving forwards.
Pretty good start here for St. Clair. Always get to find that first goal, and I think they are a very momentum-based team, so the fact that you're able to find that first one is absolutely massive. And Valleyfield can have to try and recover. Vegas looked pretty good so far at the beginning of this game. There's a couple of teammates here. I'm trying to find their names there. I see Tokyo and Broken are the other 2 players for them. Comp looking for a shot, and then he's going to find it with a flip off the ground. What angle was that? How did he find that angle?
Yeah, I had no clue there. That is going to be a beautiful shot coming in. Look at that, just trickling through the bottom line of the net, and it will be a goal there for your Saints moving forwards. So now 2-0 multi-goal lead here for St. Clair over Valleyfield. Valleyfield looking to answer back. It is not going to be easy after only a minute, and a 2-goal lead is not going to be easy to come back from. Make it a third. Comp will find it.
St. Clair, 3 goals in just over 1 minute. Absolutely beautiful stuff there for St. Clair so far. Comp finding the back of the net yet again. Just absolute domination here. And this is really what we see for St. Clair out of, against these lower teams, is they find so many goals so quickly in these games. It makes it so difficult for these teams to answer. And, St. Clair, you just put so much pressure on you, pile on the early goals. It really feels like you're playing from so far behind so early in the game. Tokyo gonna find an answer, though, puts that on the top shelf. Valleyfield finally getting some kind of response.
Yeah, so that is going to be them finding that one. Tokyo with a nice little angle, just dropping it down from above. We saw St. Clair do it a couple times in their first early goals, and now Valleyfield going to be pulling it off as well. Looking very, very good while doing so, and now it is going to be only 2 goals separating these 2 teams, and there's still lots of time left on the clock. 3 minutes and 40 seconds, and 4 goals already scored in the first minute 20. That is crazy to see, John.
Yeah, it's a lot of goals to start off here, and like we talked about many times, usually in CRL, St. Clair will kind of look. Oh, shot going to come through here. Is that going to get in?
Wow.
Yes, it will. Tokyo going to slip a second one into the top corner there. Just a slow roller broken off the backboard, and St. Clair just couldn't really find an answer to it. And Valleyfield, 2 goals here in quick succession. They brought the lead to just 1 for St. Clair. So now St. Clair, you start yourself off pretty solidly, but now it's down to 1 goal, and the momentum in Valleyfield's favor is not looking good for them right now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what they're going to be able to do here now on this one, but we'll see what they can pull off. It is only 1 goal, like you were saying, separating these 2 teams, and still lots of time left on the clock here to make things work out for themselves. So now we will see a little bit of a battle in the air, but Vegas will be the one to grab it below, taking it right in towards St. Clair's net, but nothing will be there for it. So it is now still going to be a 3-2 scoreline between these teams, approaching the halfway marker in this game, and a battle towards midfield here for this ball. Comp for a big save will come across the net.
We got a little bit of a respite here. There was 5 goals in the first minute and a half of this game, and they're just absolutely crazy because normally, I was saying before that goal, we see in CRL, usually teams don't score a lot for the first minute, especially St. Clair. Comp himself said in an interview that they like to just take the first couple of minutes, figure out their opponent, and then they start striking surgically. But St. Clair, they knew their opponent pretty well, apparently, and they found 3 early goals here to give themselves a lead. Shot going to come through. Vegas not going to hit net there. Broken going to be stopped by Spoods on the goal line, and will be cleared out for the moment. St. Clair hasn't been able to find some offense in this latter part of the game.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy for St. Clair at all as of right now in the second half of the game, at least, as you were saying. But it does look like they are trying to turn that around here right now. Spood's coming from the air, but Vegas will be there to stop him. Vegas making a few big plays as of lately and really helping Valleyfield out here now, despite them being down 1 goal. So that is going to be Spood's taking him out of the field, though, with a big demolition. And now Tokyo might be forced on the defense, but that is going to be Jay now just trying to regroup, grab some boosts, and maybe go for another offensive attack. Spood's trying to drop it down. Comp will be there, but not close enough. off, and Jay trying to send it home, but will be hitting the post, and that is going to be the crossbar. He's just a magnet with the crossbar, Jay is.
Yeah, always Jay hitting that crossbar, hitting the woodwork wherever it is. And St. Clair trying to find a bigger lead here. Valleyfield trying to tie it up here. A minute and a half remaining. Both teams definitely a lot calmer than the first couple minutes of this game. It has definitely been both teams just trying to find some cracks in the armor, putting up a lot better defenses here in the last minute and a half compared to the beginning of this game. I think they both kind of found their footing, but Jay is going to crack that armor. You will find the 4th goal here for St. Clair. Beautiful stuff there from that team. Look at that pass from Comp. Absolutely picture perfect. Jay going to be able to put that one in the back of the net and extend St. Clair's lead to 2.
Yeah, that is going to be a multi-goal advantage regained for the Saints here now in this one over Valleyfield. So we'll see how they can go moving on. But with only a minute left on the clock, you don't have a whole lot of time left to make these plays work out for yourself. So I'm just not sure if St. Clair will be able to, not sure if Valleyfield will be able to manage to find both these goals in quick succession, because they've only found 2 in the span of 4 minutes. It's now you got to find those same 2 goals in 50 seconds, which will not be an easy task, especially when Spoods is sending it right onto the offense.
Good deflection out there. Broken. Not going to win that 50-50. Vegas going to get that ball on his goal line. They need to get it out of their zone here. Vegas immediately get the touch here, but has no boost. Comp going to go for the pinch here on the wall. Is it going to get exactly what he wanted? So Broken going to be there to receive it. See if he can pass it towards the middle, but no. Jay going to be there to clear it out. 30 seconds remaining. 2 goals needed for Valleyfield to try and come back in this game. It's all got to start with 1 though. Vegas, the deflection up towards the middle. Comp going to be there to read it. Going to go for the top shelf off the crossbar. And not going to be able to put that in the back of the net. Jay not going to be able to put that in. Nice save by Tokyo. And 14 seconds remaining. Valleyfield, you need to get some possession of this ball if you want to try and win this game.
Yeah, they need to go right here, right now. This is the play, but with Spoods knocking away, that might just seal us up here for St. Clair, looking to take a game number 1 in this series over the side of Valleyfield. A great start here now for them, and that is exactly what they are looking for going into game number 2. Valleyfield are going to be having to answer back.
Yeah, definitely a really good game there for St. Clair. I think, the fact that you gave yourself that 3-goal lead is huge, because we saw it was St. Clair found 3 goals in just over the first minute, and then out of nowhere, Valleyfield came back, found 2 of their own within the next 30 seconds, and it was looking pretty bad for St. Clair. I feel like there was definitely a solid minute and a half, 2 minutes there during, near to the end of that game where they didn't really have a lot of time of possession in the offensive zone. But Jay able to find a big goal there to separate them from Valleyfield, and that really made the difference, because it gave you enough breathing room to not have to worry about your defense so much and kind of find your footing after a little bit of a weaker defensive performance near the middle of that game.
Yeah, so we will see the side of Valleyfield. I think the big thing is just locking down the defense right from the start. I mean, because that was the thing. St. Clair came away with 2 very early goals, and that is really what hurt Valleyfield in the long run there in that game number 1. So St. Clair with that 1-0 lead. Now, you cannot let St. Clair expand that to 2, because once St. Clair expands that to 2, they're up 2-0 in a best-of-5 series. You're forced to reverse sweep, and St. Clair, being the dominant team they are just going to try to keep the pressure on and everything in that regard. So with that being said, it's not going to be the easiest task in the world if you are Valleyfield, but you really are going to be trying to limit them from finding this game number 2. Or sorry, you're going to try to limit St. Clair from finding this game number 2, because Valleyfield, they need this one more than St. Clair does.
Yeah, I definitely think for Valleyfield, you want to try and get some momentum in your favor. And it's very interesting that St. Clair came out swinging like they did in that first game. Like, typically we don't see that, but St. Clair changing up here. And it's good because, you're even looking to playoffs right now, because that really is the big question, right? You want to figure out some strategies here, and if you bring out those early goals, if you go for those really, really early offensive commitments, it's not what you've typically been doing. So teams that are watching balls on you, trying to figure you out, you have now the fact that you are playing really aggressive at the beginning of these games is going to force other teams to make sure they are always ready for anything you pull out. Comp with a demo here, a little bit more physical play. It looks like shot can come through, but Broken. A nice save in the midfield there. Now a minute gone here in this game, still 0-0 both sides.
Yeah, it is still scoreless in the first minute, and I think that's going to benefit Valleyfield here, to be completely honest, because St. Clair is really what hurt them hurt Valleyfield last time, was St. Clair getting aggressive right off the gates, finding 2 goals, and then being instantly put behind. Valleyfield this time, they have a clean slate after the first minute 15 seconds. So now St. Clair is really going to be now getting a little bit more antsy to find a goal. They might get a little bit more triple commits on the board, but with that being said, that is going to be a nice Spoods demo.
Yeah, it is going to be a minute and a half gone here. No goals scored just yet. So both teams pretty good defensive stance so far. Comp with an opportunity here, but not going to be able to make contact with it. Tokyo going going to be there to receive it. Vegas going to be able to clear that one all the way back out to the St. Clair end. And pretty good job so far for both of these teams. Pretty solid defenses, not allowing the other team to find any good scoring opportunities. So both of them just trying to feel each other out a little bit more. And I think that's kind of what happens, you know, in a lot of these series when the first game especially is very aggressive. I feel like the second game is pretty calm as teams try and like settle down, figure out their strategy, what they want to do. But for Valleyfield, you got to start putting on some pressure here because, you know, this is chance that you have St. Clair is giving you is the fact that they're not playing as aggressive as they were in that first game. So you got to try and take advantage of that and get yourself at least a lead here. We're halfway through, and I think they've only had like a couple of shots, so definitely need to find some offensive footing here.
Yeah, St. Clair doesn't have much of an offensive footing as of right now either, though they are still going to be at the 0-goal marker, and it is going to be the Valleyfield firing off a couple shots in a row here now. So this is exactly what me and you were both looking for from Valleyfield, and exactly what they needed to actually make this one a successful game for themselves. Tokyo, though, will looking to wrap it around his own zone, and now looking to go for a clear. That's actually a nice snipe from his teammate, but Spoods will luckily be there to save it for St. Clair.
Tokyo going to put it up off the backboard. Shot going to come through. There's no one back there. Spoods from across the entire map is going to find that goal all the way from his own backboard, is going to put that one in, and that's just a missed rotation by Valleyfield, and it's going to cost him a goal. And we see this all the time. St. Clair just able to take advantage of the small mistakes these teams make and turn it into these big opportunities. Now St. Clair up a goal here with just over 2 minutes remaining. Valleyfield, you got to make sure they're not going to score any goals in quick succession. Comp with an opportunity here, going to try and go for the bounce off the ground. Not going to be able to find it. Jay, not going to be able to make contact with it either. And St. Clair finding that first goal. They're putting so much offensive pressure on. Broken is going to go for the shot here. He's going to get that one and tie up the game at 1 apiece.
That was a beautiful goal from Valleyfield and Broken. And honestly, I don't even want to really compliment the goal as much. It was a beautiful play read from Broken because St. Clair triple committed. And Broken read that in a snap. As soon as he saw all three players in the Valleyfield crease and he got control of the ball, he's like, I am gone. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy. I am just going to try to knock this one away. And that is exactly what he did. He will find the goal and tie up the series 1-1 after the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Really, really big that Valleyfield found an early answer here for St. Clair. It meant you're not playing from behind throughout these last couple minutes of play and play. You're back to that tied state where I feel like both teams, none of them have really found too big of an advantage so far throughout this tied play. When it was 0-0, when it was 1-1, no team really showing dominance on either side of the pitch. So shot going to come through here. Spoots, the save, and he'll turn it away. And Jay going to get the clear here, try and go over to Comp, but not being able to get it to him. And look, it's like the offensive pressure here is Valleyfield putting it on pretty heavily. And St. Clair, they need to try and clear this ball out consistently because Valleyfield, it's just all them right now.
Yeah, Valleyfield is doing a really good job. This was a lot of St. Clair's offensive pressure very early on in the series, but since then it's been all Valleyfield. But however, that was a nice shot from the Saints, but going to be sent a little bit high over towards the crossbar. And another big save going to come through. That's actually from Comp, trying to maybe pass it over to his teammate, but it is not going to work out. This net is going to be open, yeah, but nobody's going to be there for it. Comp trying to get a shot off, but Spoods will find the top right corner for St. Clair and will manage to let them take another 1-goal advantage in this game with just 43 seconds left on the clock. Now, if you are Valleyfield, the pressure is on.
That all started with a double commit about 15 seconds before in the net, and it meant that they were stuck just on the goal line trying to defend. Broken made a nice save there, but St. Clair just kept hammering it in, trying to find any kind of shots they could. Tokyo is going to get that one in the top shelf. St. Clair caught with their pants down there, didn't really have a response for him off the sidewall, and again, St. Clair score a goal, and Valleyfield answer back within 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was beautiful play from Valleyfield there to actually just even this one up just in a snap of fingers almost. Now with only 37 seconds left on the clock, this next goal is going to have the biggest impact here in this game so far, and that's going to be Jay trying to drop it down, but Broken will be there for the save. Comp going to contest it, a pass out to Jay. Jay, though, not going to be reading this play and is going to have to be wrapping back around, contesting it against Vegas. A shot will come through a little bit wide, and now they're looking to maybe center this one and make a play. Spoods going to be trying to drop this one in, a nice flip reset and trying to push that one through, but it will not go.
12 seconds remaining here. Both teams trying to break this tie, trying to get this one before overtime. Demo going to come through, but Broken going to come across the crease and find that save in the last 5 seconds. Absolutely massive for him. Now with 0 seconds, we are going to be going into overtime. St. Clair, Valleyfield, game number 2, tied 2-2 here. One team looking to try and get ahead. One team looking to try and tie up the series. Comp almost shoves it in the back of the net there. Jay, is he going to get it?
Oh,
No!
my
It's going to
goodness.
stay out of the net there. Broken, able to stop that one yet again on the goal line. He has been a defensive force for Valleyfield.
Yeah, that was a beautiful working play there for the side of Valleyfield. St. Clair so stressed out probably during that. Is on the goal line. I mean, Valleyfield probably stressed out as well. You're just trying to knock that one away. Each team trying to knock it through in every which way, but it's not going to go. And it is going to leave us still tied up at 2s at 40 seconds into overtime here. Now, Comp for a shot. This might be good. This is coming in very aggressively, but a big save for Tokyo on the back.
Spood's going to try and go for a shot here. Jailer demo on the goalie, but Vegas will be back to answer. Jay with a shot on net. It's going to go right in Jay. Knows exactly where he wanted that ball to go. He will score the overtime winner for St. Clair. A nice pass from Spoods from the side, and Jay going to put that one right in. Broken, no boost, and not able to get to that one. And St. Clair, again, an overtime winner, and going to put themselves up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there if you are St. Clair, and just doing it in perfect fashion too, right? I mean, it was a little skeptical because you got a goal for yourself and you had a nice lead, but just 10 seconds later, it was going to be the side of Valleyfield. So I think maybe if you're St. Clair, after you score, now you play a little bit more like aggressive defense for at least the first 10-15 seconds, because that's like the second time that Valleyfield done it, I think, too. So
both times in that game, they found a goal within 10 seconds after St. Clair scored. So every time St. Clair felt like they got momentum, Valleyfield able to find an instant response and take all of that away. And it really made such a huge difference because I feel like St. Clair scores a lot of their goals in bunches, right? I think that's really where they shine, is once they're able to find one opportunity, they're able to turn it into many opportunities in a row. Shot might come through here. Vegas, the nice demo actually on the back line. It means no one's back there. Broken going to be able to walk this one right into the net. Nobody going to be able to get back there. A really, really smart demo on the back line there gave Broken a free goal. And for the first time in this series, Valleyfield going to find the lead.
yeah, you do not find that goal without the demos. And I don't know, last week I was talking about how I think demos need to have a little bit more of an impact on games. And hey, guess what? I just got it right then and there. That's going to be Valleyfield scoring a goal solely because of a demo coming through onto St. Clair. So Comp will be reset back in the spawn, but wasn't able to sneak it there fast enough. But Spoods will do it to Valleyfield now, shutting down their momentum that they did just gain with a goal hitting the back of the net right from midfield. Will flick it over the opponent being Tokyo, and it was just smooth sailing from there on in. St. Clair tying this one up 1-1, 23 seconds through.
Felix Boots has just leveled up so much throughout this entire semester. I think, he was playing more of that defensive role in fall, but now that he's moved over towards more of the offensive and Comp has kind of rotated back more into the defensive goalie role, I think he has been so good with Jay. Tokyo going to get a shot opportunity, but not going to be able to put it on net. Pass going to come through in the midfield, but Spoods can be able to intercept that one for the moment. And he has just looked so good throughout this. Oh, he's going to go for a shot here, but Broken going to be able to deflect it away. And now, both teams sitting at 1-1 just over a minute into this game.
Yeah, so, I mean, I always say it when there's a little bit less time on the clock, but the next goal is going to have such an impact on the series because having an advantage really just gives you some great momentum. It changes your whole play style. So both teams desperately fighting to find this next goal and to take a lead here once again so they can kind of chill out a little bit. But it is going to be Broken firing it away, trying to find a shot on the net. Spoods will be here for a save. However, Broken is keeping the pressure on. He's actually going to be dropping this right in front of St. Clair's net. Vegas almost there for a passing play, but it will not work out for Valleyfield. It's now going to be in midfield. Comp is coming in hot, and he's going to send this one into their zone.
I know you're a podcaster. I think you're going to like this reference. So I think the biggest impact goal for this series is going to be that untraded goal. I think that one is going to be huge because we've seen every single game so far, whenever a team scores a goal, especially the last two, whenever a team scores a goal, there's just an instant response from the other team. They're able to tie it up. So I think once you can find that untraded goal, I think it's going to make such a difference because that really will be the momentum goal for the other team. And Tokyo going to find a goal here for Valleyfield, just going to be able to get that 50-50 win. Vegas, the nice pass over towards the middle, and St. Clair just not able to get that one. Comp jumped over the ball, and that is going to be a 2-1 lead now for Valleyfield. St. Clair, you got to respond fast here.
Yeah, this is, you definitely do have to respond fast. You have 3 minutes, so don't get me wrong, there is still lots of time, but just as you were saying, it's the uncontested goal which is going to be the game changer. Now, if St. Clair can't respond with one of their own, then it is going to be Valleyfield with that uncontested goal that is looking very good, having them in an advantage position. So Comp trying to answer back, will send through a shot. Spoods following it up. He actually has wide open net in front of him here. A couple defenders on their way. Vegas will knock this one down from above and is going to try to send it off for a clear. This is actually going to work out very well for Valleyfield.
Vegas with a nice read there on the back wall was able to get it past 2 players from St. Clair. He's got an opportunity to pass towards the middle. Tokyo shot not going to come through though. Comp going to go for the challenge there. Go force him off the ball. Jay going to try and go for this one. Just going to tap it over to his teammate's boots there. Tokyo with an answer, and Valleyfield able to keep this consistent offensive pressure on for a little bit. Comp with a shot opportunity here, but there's people from Valleyfield back. And now Valleyfield, they did find that untraded goal, and I think that's been huge for them. I think they have turned that momentum into a lot of offensive opportunities here, and definitely St. Clair look like they're on the back foot right now. They just don't really seem to find that offensive touch that they usually do, and I mean, this is what you need if you're Valleyfield to try and come back in this series.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need. They've now gone 1 minute and 10 seconds without allowing a goal in since they have scored. So it is no answer back from St. Clair as of early on, and it's going to be Valleyfield in the driver's seat of this game number 3 and looking to force a game 4 and try to put some pressure to St. Clair's 2-0 series advantage right now. But it's still not an easy task. Like, there's still 1 minute 35 left on the clock, still lots of time for anything to happen, and St. Clair, I think, is starting to slowly get a little bit more antsy and starting to get a little bit more aggressive on this offense. Spoos trying to get a shot on the net, but Vegas once again interrupting these passing plays.
Yeah, really, really key here that they are disrupting the setups that St. Clair is trying to make on the offensive side. Comp with a shot on net here, but Tokyo going to be there. He's going to go for the response. He's not going to get the dunk, though. Unable to get that one on net, broken. Be able to clear that one away. A good chance there for Comp on net, but turned away again by Valleyfield. And now, with just over 1 minute remaining, shot going to come through. Oh, he's going to miss that ball, though. If he would have been able to make contact with that, Tokyo would have had a free goal and would have had a hat trick here. But St. Clair going to get a lucky break there, and with 1 minute remaining, they got to find another lucky break, try and find themselves a goal here. For Valleyfield going to get game 3 and get some momentum in their favor.
Yeah, the momentum's the big thing there, right? Valleyfield then only has to win 2 games in a row, and they're off of a win themselves, looking really good to try to find another, and which could concern the side of St. Clair. A shot on net will be stopped from Jay, but time is becoming of the essence. Only 35 seconds left, and St. Clair has to find a goal to force an OT play. There it is, a shot down, but Vegas for the save. It was going to be a player down there, I believe it was Comp, trying to disrupt the goalie and move him away, but it just didn't work out fast enough, and it is going to be Valleyfield still able to make the save. Now, only 15 seconds. The pressure is on for St. Clair. Spoos with some nice moves, passing it over his teammate, but no, it is going to be Vegas once again interrupting the play.
Good cycle here. St. Clair going to try and get to a broken with a nice save. Tokyo and put it back to his teammate Vegas in the corner there. Jay with a pinch off the wall. Going to try and get it to Comp there in the middle. Comp with a shot. Going to be turned away by Broken. Spoons with the chance here as well. Going to try and pass it over towards the middle. Shot not going to be enough. Vegas going to turn him away, and that is going to be it. Game number 3 going to Valleyfield, finding a response here. And now St. Clair going to have to try and find this game 4, shut down that momentum, because if Valleyfield can get game 4, I think it's going to look pretty rough for game 5.
Yeah, if Valleyfield can get game 4, they have momentum. They have the wins coming right off of their wins. Now, the confidence goes through the roof. Everything looks good for Valleyfield if they do find this next game. Now, if you're St. Clair, you need to end this series now before that happens. So if this one goes to game 5, I think Valleyfield takes it. If this one goes to game 4 and ends here, it's going to be St. Clair.
You got to remember, though, St. Clair is 9-0.
Oh, true. Dude, what have I said?
They got, yes, there's no way you could actually predict the game St. Clair.
Yeah,
but I think regardless, definitely St. Clair wants to end it in 4. I think, and like I said, the fact that Valleyfield found that untraded goal made the difference in that game. There was no other ones after that one, and they were able to shut things down on the offensive side for St. Clair. They weren't able, St. Clair not able to find any kind of goals, not a lot of great opportunities either. So I think definitely St. Clair going to try and find their own untraded goal here, trying to find that momentum booster. 30 seconds down in this game. No goals quite yet. Not a lot of shots either, so both teams kind of playing the more defensive style. Shot going to come through now, but Spoon's going to be able to save that one. Valleyfield, well, early offensive pressure again. St. Clair just last 3.5, 4 minutes just really has felt all Valleyfield favor.
Yeah, so at the beginning of this series, we did see St. Clair come out really aggressive and both teams with high-scoring numbers very early on in the series. Now, do you think with how deeper we are getting into the series and the fact that St. Clair did lose a triple commit goal is really slowing this game down?
I know. I think you don't think about those kind of mistakes during the series. You kind of think about them after. I think you just try and play the game. Each one is a refresh. You get a fresh start. So it doesn't matter what happened in the last one. You're still sitting at 0-0 in this one. You're still up a game. So you still have that confidence and peace of mind that you are, even if you do drop this game, you still have an opportunity to go for another one. But, I mean, for St. Clair, I still think they really should find this game 4. And like I said, before we actually started the game, St. Clair, you want to win as many maps as you can, because if you end up tied in the standings, you want to have as many maps as you can so you can get that higher seed.
Yeah, that is a map differential is definitely a big thing. And honestly, there's probably going to be at least 2 or 3 tiebreakers throughout the whole 16-team standings. And St. Clair might be involved in one of those. So that's why when it comes down to it, even if you do drop the series, if you're Valleyfield, it's good for them to have 1 game win under their belt at a minimum, trying to go for 2, maybe a 3rd. But with that being said, St. Clair is in the offensive zone here right now, approaching the halfway marker here in game number 4, but we're still scoreless. This game has really slowed down as of lately. Tokyo with a fast shot, but Comp with a better save.
Yeah, I really feel like Valleyfield has found their groove here in the last couple of games, and St. Clair just hasn't really looked the same. Typically, I feel like they play a lot more aggressive on the offensive side and even on the defensive side, but I feel like in these last couple of games, Valleyfield has just been able to respond to everything they've thrown out, and it means that St. Clair kind of played this 2-back thing where they want to keep 2 people back towards their own zone, try and find that one mistake that Valleyfield is making, but they're not making very many mistakes right now, so relying on that one isn't going to be good. Vegas with a beautiful shot to find the top corner there on a nice pass from Broken. That is a picture-perfect play, and that is a top-tier CRL kind of play that you're going to make in Valleyfield. Now 1-0 here with 2 minutes remaining. St. Clair, you got to find some kind of response.
Yeah, that ball came off the car at 74 miles per hour. That I think is like 120, 130, 140 kilometers an hour. So yeah, that is fast here. If you are from the side of Valleyfield, it's a very hard shot to stop if you are from the side of St. Clair. And now, the big thing too is that Valleyfield's found this goal fairly late in the game. We are still, yeah, there's 2 minutes left. That's still a good amount of time, but you're over halfway through, and St. Clair's now trailing. This is looking very good for Valleyfield, but Jay on a shot drops it down. Will find the goal. Beautiful plays from Jay, using the backboard as a 4th player.
A great response here for St. Clair, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. Make sure if Valleyfield's going to put one in, you find one of your own. And now St. Clair are going to tie it up with just under 2 minutes left. Both these teams a really, really competitive series so far. I was thinking, you know, after that first minute and a half in game 1, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be another 3-0 sweep for St. Clair, nothing to worry about. But now we are in game number 4, and these last 2 games have Valleyfield has looked like a completely different team than those first 2. So St. Clair are going to have to stay on their toes, trying to find an advantage here. Shot going to come through. Wow. He's actually going to beat Broken there. Comp going to put it in and give St. Clair their first lead in the last 2 games.
Yeah, that is going to be St. Clair looking nice here now, because this was 1-0 at 2 minutes. Now 26 seconds later, and we're looking at a 2-1 scoreline. Valleyfield, the pressure is on here now. And one thing a little bit funny about Jay's backboard goal just a couple goals ago is going to be that Jay actually has the caption on his name right now, backboard baller. And he just got a backboard goal right after he has the backboard baller tag on his name. So it looked like Jay was planning to use that 4th player, that backboard, into action here tonight.
Comp for the shot opportunity here. He's going to score another one here. A second goal just 17 seconds later. St. Clair, they seem to find their goals in bunches, and they're really doing it now. A beautiful shot there, beat out the lone defender, and that will be St. Clair finding a 2-goal lead. And that is so significant because Valleyfield had so much momentum. They found the first goal of this game. They were looking so good just a minute ago, but St. Clair find 3 goals in just over a minute, and now they are on the front foot.
Yeah, and with St. Clair being on the front foot, it's really a problem with how late in the game it is, and that's Jay. Good for his 2nd here now, and you can see the backboard baller on your screen just underneath his name, but that is going to be St. Clair up 4-1, scoring all 4 goals in 55 seconds, John. That is the biggest problem. St. Clair can just flick the switch sometimes, and next thing you know, it is just goal after goal after goal, and we're seeing a 4-1 scoreline here now, and it's going to be very hard for Valleyfield to answer back in the final minute, needing at least 1 goal every 20 seconds.
And you see the panic there. Tokyo actually took out his teammate in the net there. Unfortunately, you know, when you go down this many goals late in the game, it becomes so hard for you to keep consistently being able to find these saves. Jay gonna find the hat trick there. The 5th goal of the game for St. Clair, and just piling on all these goals. We know they score their goals in bunches, but holy smokes, they're scoring everything right now.
Almost every player in the lobby was in that little corner of the net. I saw at least 5 cars in there when the goal actually did go through, and that is going to be St. Clair now up by 4, and that might just do it here for us, John, because it is going to be so difficult for Valleyfield to try to come back and find 4 goals in 30 seconds. It's just very, very difficult, but honestly, we saw St. Clair score their 4 in a minute, so you never know.
Yeah, I really do feel like it's going to be over here now, though. And I feel like for me, St. Clair, once they found that second goal, or that third goal, really was the difference maker. I think that's where they kind of separated themselves so much. Valleyfield kind of just fell apart after that. I felt like they didn't have that offensive click that they did early on in the game. And this is probably going to give us Game 4 win for St. Clair. They will take this series in 3-1 fashion. They are going to be going up to 10-2 in the CRL, a beautiful record, and most likely going to be locking playoffs here. Just 1 second, there we go. St. Clair going to take the series 3-1 fashion and will be going up to that 10-2 record. Valleyfield going to drop to 4-8 here in the CRL, and St. Clair, things all looking up here as we get towards playoff time.
Yeah, things are definitely looking up. It was just a rough start to the season when you have to play those top teams right away. But with that being said, you play 15 games in the regular season. St. Clair now done with 12 of them and winning 10 of them. Worst case scenario, they go 10-5 here now in the regular season, and 10-5 is a playoff spot.
Yeah,
so
guaranteed.
St. Clair has clinched a playoff spot, I do believe, here in the CRL regular season, I guess it is, with another 3-1 win there over the side of Valleyfield. And it was a very good one. Now, to go up to 10-2, you are up there with the teams like UCF, like Stockton, like Northwood. So St. Clair is definitely going to be in the realm for, those top 4 or 5 seeds fighting for winning CRL and the massive prize pot it entails.
Yeah, I definitely think for me, looking at this series as a whole, if you shave off the first 2 minutes of Game 1 and the last minute or 2 minutes of Game 4, I think that it's a very competitive series. Both teams fighting back and forth. Every goal that they're finding traded back instantaneously. And I think Valleyfield just had a couple moments there of just, panic, confusion, and at the end of it, and at the beginning of it, just maybe weren't prepped for what St. Clair was doing. And I think all credit to St. Clair on that one too, because the fact that they've even said it themselves, the fact that they take usually at the beginning of the series, they take a little bit to try and figure out their opponent, try and warm up. This time, they come swinging out of the gates, full-on offense, and it produces dividends for them there. They found, I think it was 4 goals in the first minute and a half to that game number 1, and there just wasn't really any kind of catch-up for the other side.
Yeah, it was just very difficult if you are Valleyfield to try to come back once St. Clair gets that rhythm going. And that is the thing. They have been very good at getting just rhythms going, getting in a pattern of, once you find 1-2 goals, it's just there's another 1-2, there's another 1-2. And then just like that, the game's a lopsided and it's all yours. So St. Clair is very good at locking up games with the momentum they have and using that momentum to its full potential. So GG's all around. Valleyfield, they still played a great game, and the series score, I don't think really does display how good Valleyfield actually did come through and play these games. Like you were saying, the first 2 minutes.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. I guess they did take the one game, but if you, like you were saying, you take off the back 2 minutes and take off the front 2 minutes, it completely changes the series.
I
So
think we could have seen a Game 5 if that.
Yeah. But the Saints being 9-0 in Game 5s is also like a big thing. I completely forgot about that until you just mentioned it to me. And I was like, oh, damn, that is a stat. I think it was one of them tweeted it. And it was like, yeah, that is crazy to just think about. You put in a Game 5 position in Rocket League is so stressful. And you're fine with probably winning, 50, 60% of them. But the fact that they are flawless on them right now is an unbelievable stat line to see. So it is GG's all around for both teams. Saints up to 10-2. And I believe the side of Valleyfield is down to
4-8.
4-8. Okay, so both teams playing 12 games here already. But with that being said, we got a few things to talk about before we do head out of here. First things first, we do have a giveaway, and that is going to be our TikTok giveaway. You guys can win a $50 Steam card. The winner will be drawn on March 31st. All you got to do is head over to our Twitter and follow our Twitter and our TikTok. Tag our one friend in the tweet and like and retweet the post. That will be our pinned tweet on Twitter. I do believe
your friend.
Take your friend. Oh, yeah, take one.
Maybe it's our friend, too.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
True.
But then you like and retweet the post. I believe it is in the pinned tweet of Saints Gaming CA on Twitter. So make sure you guys go over and do that. Make maybe a chance to win a $50 Steam gift card. You never know. I can buy anything with that.
I'll take some skins for CSGO.
That's what I'm saying.
We just played CSGO for the first time, and for me, I don't know how long yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. So you can get whatever you want. But also going to talk about our other stuff as well. We talk about our sponsors. So Crunchyroll, our first sponsor for today. You can get yourself a premium trial for free 14 days. Crunchyroll.com/Saints. They are the premium anime and manga service. You can get yourself watch some classics. You can watch some of the new stuff. I know I saw there was 100 Thieves and Attack on Titan collab, so you can catch yourself up on that series. That is going to be Crunchyroll.com/Saints. 14-day premium free trial. Get yourself some anime action there. And our other sponsors we want to thank as well: Tim Hortons, Subway, the SRC, Singapore College Alumni Association, and the Zeckelman School for Business and Technology.
Yeah, it's something.
We don't have a thing for it here.
Yeah.
So I always end up
With
forgetting
that
about
being
him, but-
said, and the 100 Thieves new merchandise collection and whatever, yeah, it's pretty nice, but nothing like your Saints merch here. You guys can
True.
get that at acquire.ca/Saints. We've got t-shirts, jackets, jerseys, hoodies, crew necks. We got it all, flags and everything. And it's all very comfy and all very affordable. So get your Saints merch here today. Acquire.ca/Saints if you guys are interested. I know me and you can both definitely vouch for it because you got the jacket
big
on right now.
time.
I got a jersey, and they are both very, very nice.
Yeah, last thing we want to talk about is our academy coming up here. So there's 50 new scholarship opportunities here. All esports titles are going to be supported, open to all skill levels. You can apply at stclairsaints.ca/join. We're gonna have varsity academy teams, so stuff like Valorant, League of Legends. We're also gonna have other titles open. So if you're interested in something that's not varsity right now, such as Apex, such as Halo, so many other esports titles as well that we aren't supported here, you can apply to try and get a new team coming through. And the COD team that we have now in varsity was an academy at one point. It was able to be moved up, so you never know what can happen here at St. Clair. So make sure you apply stclairsaints.ca/join.
Yeah, lots of new offers going into the fall, lots of new teams. I'm just very excited to see everything that's happening over here at Saints Gaming. The new arena coming into effect, the new Saints Academy coming into effect. There's big things happening over here. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all updates. Saints Gaming CA on our socials. We will be back tomorrow with more Rocket League action at 7 p.m. And then segueing from Rocket League, we will be heading into some Overwatch at 8 p.m. So make sure you guys are back tomorrow for some banger of games here. I will be back on the mic here. I'm not sure if you will be joining alongside me. Jonathan, unfortunately, he will not be here tomorrow. But I will be back with you guys here tomorrow with some more Saints Gaming action. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another CRL Sunday. My name is Jackson Deprived Brown, joined alongside John Billbegs Udima, and we'll catch you all on the next one.
Has this ever happened to you? You tune in to watch Saints Gaming compete at your favorite title, but you end up missing it. Scrolling through Twitter to find results is just such a chore, and it looks like there's no easy way to find out everything you've missed. Luckily, there's a solution. Hi, Millie Bays here, and I'd like to introduce you to St. Clair's Bird's Eye View, the #1 show to keep up with everything about Saints Gaming. Get weekly recaps, see great highlights, hear exclusive interviews with players and staff, and so much more. That's Bird's Eye View, available in podcast or video form at a website near you.